10 fresh fragrances I would give a 10 out of 10. In the summer season, you have traditionally summery fragrances that are a bit more light, fresh, and invigorating. But to me, I'm kind of going to challenge the definition of fresh in this video today. Fresh for some people means that it has a certain aspect of freshness, but doesn't mean it's necessarily light, crisp, or simple. Some people actually like heavier, fresh scents, even in the summertime. That's why sometimes I can detect Sauvage, Elixir on some guys, even in the summertime. I may not agree or disagree with that. Actually, I disagree with that personally, but today's video is not about judgment. Today's about giving you guys who are sick and tired of the usual summertime culprits some new suggestions, some more heavy, fresh scents that are still spectacular, fantastic. For me, these fragrances get full marks in scent profile, ingredients, performance, their versatility, as well as their price value. So let's begin and see if you guys agree. Arabian Oud Signature, a really underrated house made from Saudi Arabia that has a very Middle Eastern style. Most of their stuff is still very easy to like though, and I think it's great value for money. It's a little bit more expensive, probably in the niche realm, but lower end niche I would say, especially if you can get a sale on their website. Signature to me smells like as if Bleu de Chanel had a baby with La Nuit de l'Homme and had a baby with Sauvage. It became very soft and appealing Ambroxan, not the harsh synthetic Ambroxan of Sauvage, and became Middle Eastern overall. This is a very sexy, warm cardamom, cashmeran Ambroxan scent, and a very high quality Ambroxan. It's not annoying. The Ambroxan smells of high quality, similar to something like Lafayette Street by Bond No. 9. So it's a very sexy, ambery, woody, musky DNA that lasts a long time here. This signature by Arabian Oud lasts 12 hours with at least a medium projection. I go 3 sprays because it's definitely a versatile scent like the name suggests, but it's very strong, very thick. So if you're annoyed of blue fragrances, you're annoyed of Western fragrances becoming too weak and too reformulated, let's say, try this fragrance out. Get a 50 ml. You don't need a lot of sprays of this stuff, so the bottles will definitely take you further than a lot of traditional fragrances. You can get it for a very reasonable price in my opinion, and you will get performance from this. Definitely a 10 out of 10. Thameen Carved Oud. Carved Oud is a clone of Oud Wood by Tom Ford. The brand may never admit it, but I definitely think it was heavily inspired by that fragrance. This is Oud Wood at a similar price, but it's definitely at a similar quality. Heck, I'll argue it's actually a little bit better quality than the current formulations of Oud Wood. A lot of people don't like the fact that Oud Wood itself has been made a little bit less rich in the way it smells, and it doesn't perform as well for some people anymore either since its reformulation. Thameen Carved Oud keeps that green, almost pine forest-like aspect of Oud Wood with some sexy amber, some musks in here. That makes it balance a great signature. It's one of those attractive signature DNAs ever made, but it makes it a little bit more rich, a little bit more Middle Eastern, I'd say, a tiny bit Middle Eastern. It has a slight incense vibe to it. It's a bit more thick, this fragrance overall as well in general. So it's not as easy to wear in the springtime, but I think you can wear it in the spring, autumn and winter, day and night. Is a really attractive signature that's piercing, forest-like, masculine, really attractive. I get 10 hours with a maybe soft to medium projection. So I think it's definitely a better performing variation of today's formulation of Oud Wood. 32% of people who watch School of Scent are subscribed to us. If you guys want to see our channel grow, to really help us out, click subscribe. Let's get that number to 40%. Thank you. Armani Code Parfum. A really great scent if you want something that's simple, easy to understand, but still has an elegance and a slight maturity to it. If you want like a simple, suit, black tie with a white shirt that you wear every day to the office, this is the kind of fragrance you wear for that kind of outfit. Creamy, tonka bean based, a little bit dark, aromatic, lavender in here, the hint of powdery iris that just makes this really clean, thick, creamy, aromatic DNA that you can wear pretty much all year round, day and night. This is easily signature material that's easy to understand but doesn't smell boring, which I think is really cool. I get 8 to 10 hours soft to medium projection. Naughton and Wilson's Bon Viveur. I keep saying this, if you want compliments, get this fragrance. For me, this gives me so many compliments. 4 sprays, 1 on each side of the neck and behind the ears. This gives me so many compliments. People always ask, what are you wearing? They're always very intrigued by the scent. This is made by John Stephen, our perfumer, who's made many of our releases in Atrium. And I think this is a fantastic office fragrance. If you want elegance, uniqueness, really beautiful naturals, it's just a very high quality scent. It's better than just a lot of other scents out there on the market. And this is a brand by Dan Naughton from Mr. Smelly. his YouTube channel. So he has made a really good scent here, I think. This is a fantastic performing, airy, ozonic, almost gin and tonic-like, green, spicy, aromatic, almost fougere-esque fragrance. Sort of traditional, but very modern at the same time. If you want to be like a regal gentleman who smells like class, this is class in the bottle. It lasts at least 8 hours. So it's airy, fresh, but it still has performance. As an office fragrance, easily wearable all year round while still being quite light and airy. It's really impressive stuff. It's multifaceted, soapy, clean, but fantastic performing. Actually, honestly, I think this is such an underrated office fragrance. You definitely need to check this out, especially if you want to support a YouTuber's brand as well. Chanel's Allure Homme Sport Extreme. This is subjectively not my style, this fragrance, but I still give it a 10 out of 10. It is minty, mandarin, creamy tonka with just thick, creamy musks overall. A very smooth, thick, creamy, elegant fragrance. Very Chanel style, sporty fresh, but still thick enough and enough going on to be a signature you can wear all year round. This is easily an all-year-round scent that is unique. It's cool. I think it's still a cool fragrance. I still don't mind wearing this, although I don't think this has ever gotten me a compliment for how many years now I've owned this, but I think it's a great scent. I get it at least 8 hours with a medium projection as well, for the first few hours anyways, and I think it's just a really cool scent. I think Chanel did a great job with this. I prefer the original Allure Homme Sport, but this is definitely still a 10 out of 10. It's probably still a little bit more versatile than the original Allure Homme Sport. So yes, cool idea, not my style, but definitely check it out also. It's one of those designer scents everyone needs to experience at least. Penhaligon Sartorial. A traditional soapy lavender barbershop fougere mixed with freshly pressed iron shirt musks. They're musks that smell like that, like freshly pressed iron clothing. And then you have a very distinct honey note in here as well. Like the bottle looks is how the fragrance smells, actually, in my opinion. I think it's a great representation. It smells like class, elegance. It is an office fragrance. Ideally, you don't really wear it in the summertime. It works in all other seasons apart from the summer, but it works as a great office scent or just a regal, masculine, traditional, modern, elegant scent. So I think that they've done a fantastic job here. Penhaligon's 8 hours performance with a soft projection, a very classy, unique, creative office fragrance. Moschino Toy Boy. I will always have this as a 10 out of 10 fragrance for myself. Spicy, clean, soapy, slightly green rose perfumery with some strong muskiness in here that gives it fantastic performance. It smells niche in a designer bottle and in a designer price tag as well. I think the naturals here are just very good. I think the performance is fantastic. The creativity is fantastic. It really is a fragrance that feels like a steal for the price, in my opinion. This is a scent a lot of people say you can't wear in the summertime, but actually I think 2 sprays in the summer, this will work perfectly. The rose, the bright muskiness, I think works beautifully. I think it's just a great aromatic scent that will get you a lot of compliments as well, in my opinion. I think this will do well as a compliment getter. It's loud, it's a head turner, it's creative. So if you want to stand out, be unique, you're a creative individual, Toy Boy is the fragrance for you. If you want to check out rose perfumery for men, it's unisex, leaning masculine, in my opinion, not a super masculine scent. Experience it, see if it's worth having in your collection. I think this is a 10 out of 10. I'll always have this in my collection. Initio Oud for greatness. Again, not a traditional fresh fragrance, but at the same time, in the cold weather, this would be your fresh signature, let's say. Although it's fresh in its own kind of unique way. Very spicy fresh, let's say, a spicy aromatic scent that reminds me of Sauvage Elixir. It's definitely in the same family. Masculine, intense, aggressive spiciness here that dries down to a very smooth, fuzzy, almost sharp, spiky, woody, ambery base scent profile here. Definitely has real oud in my opinion. I think it has that elegance, that multifaceted nuance of oud. If you smell it, you know what I mean. It smells rich, masculine, mature. It has fantastic performance, at least 10 hours with a medium projection. So if you want to smell like a really confident, mature man, this is the fragrance to go for. Dior's Fahrenheit Eau de Toilette. Speaking of a confident, mature man, you could also wear this Fahrenheit. Petroleum fiery perfumery mixed with green leathery aspects in here. A very confident man's signature, I'd say. I think you can wear this in the summertime as well. Honestly, just don't go too heavy on the sprays, but I think this is fantastic. It smells like a classic that lasts 8 to 10 hours with a medium projection. It smells really sexy in its own unique way. It has a cool edge to it. This is for the kind of guy who really knows who he is, his personality, what he stands for. You're very confident, and Fahrenheit is definitely a DNA you need to check out. It's a classic for a reason. And lastly, Xerjoff's Uden. If you're one of those people who are annoyed by Edition Blanche by Chanel always featuring in these summer fragrance lists, and you want a more robust, longer lasting scent, this is the alternative you can go for. It definitely has some similarities to Edition Blanche, but I actually think if you own both of them, it's not redundant. I think you can own both of these. I think there's enough differences. Uden is citrus, fresh, musky, aromatic perfumery, then thickened out with some interesting notes like coffee, I think rum is in here, some ambers in here, so it's a woody amber that gives a warmth to this fragrance that really works in a lot of different seasons. It's not just a summer scent. I think you can wear this in the summer and the spring and in the autumn time. I think autumn actually is the perfect season for this scent because of that warm, inviting coffee. It's a bit more cozy, a more well-rounded, balanced out signature. I get 8 to 10 hours with a soft to medium projection. It's super classy. It smells like its price tag. It is one of the best from Xerjoff, definitely a 10 out of 10. And that concludes this video, guys. What are your thoughts on the suggestions I made here today? Do you agree or disagree with them? Do you agree with my definition of fresh in this video? I kind of wanted to give people who are tired of traditional summer scents some alternatives for something that is considered fresh. So it's made for a certain audience, guys. You may agree or disagree, but hopefully you are now put onto some fantastic scents regardless of the season you're watching this video or regardless of when you would wear these fragrances yourself. Do you guys have any less traditional fresh scents that you would give a 10 out of 10? Share your submissions in the comments down below, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to check out our previous video on 10 out of 10 fragrances. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.